And that's kind of what coffee is to me. It's like a segue. I always think coffee is a segue for everybody. Like some of the most successful cafes here in Portland are like actually really good bakeries or like something different. For you guys, I think that the concept's insane in a good way.
You see the bumper sticker all the time, keep Portland weird, right? And I feel like there's a certain freedom in that. This is a place where like, you know, if you get down like, all right, let's do something where it's like, let's just make something. And why, you know, like why wouldn't we?
The great thing about stop motion is you can use anything to create movement, right? You can build a puppet out of anything, right? It's all object animation, right? So anything that you could stick under the camera and slide around can become an animated puppet. So that's what I love about it. It's like all you need is really your imagination.
I really wanted to animate with letterpress because it has so many things that stop motion. It's like stop motion. So we put the camera over the press, and then we had the type, and then I would show Barb what we wanted to do with how we wanted to move the type. And then she would, like, because letterpress is really specific, like you can move things just with increments, and she would just change out the leading or the spacing, and then we'd print it, and then we'd do the next frame. So it was like the press was like our camera. So we would move the type, put a piece of paper, and the paper was like our film. And then I'd number the paper, then we'd go, and then would have charts, and I would make a graph, and so we could move things and have our ease in and ease out, all the principles of animation.
This is one of the first things that we can proudly say that we have in our permanent collection. So camera track was built by Wilden and Bob Gardner in 1974. It's just a great piece that has all the notes from the animators, and it was used for many years for many projects after that.
When I was starting to like get into animation in like the late 80s, early 90s, there was a TV channel in England, Channel 4, which still exists, but they used to have an animation funding scheme. Channel 4 used to do like I think it was like Thursday night, there'd be like an hour of just like independent short films, animated short films, and you would see the most incredible stuff there. Like that's where I discovered like the Brothers Quay, Svankmajer, you know, like Joanna Priestley, you know, it just all of the titans.
I think if there was a public studio, a place where people could gather and learn and watch other artists do stop motion, I think if I had something like that when I was younger, I would have, first of all, learned a lot faster. And I think another thing is it's kind of intimidating to start doing animation for the first time. And I think there's a lot of people that would benefit from being able to see it in front of them happening and how intuitive it is. And I think a space like that would help a lot of people get started in animation sooner.
So as you enter the space, what we're trying to do is affect emotionally the interlocutor, the viewer, in a way that is different from just a viewer on a screen. We're actually building something that's going to be interacted with in person, but also be transformed on screen. So it's two unique challenges wrapped into one. So we're designing things to be interacted with on a ground level, at a tabletop level, and a sky level as well. So we have a lot of things, a lot of elements, a lot of layers, a lot of elevations. And from a design perspective, it just means the world got that much bigger and that much richer. And it's going to be a really, really special thing.
We can bring people together, get teams working on films and stories, and not have to justify those to a committee of financiers, you know. And I think that's my biggest, I complain about the system all the time, but I think like the idea that to make art, we have to pre-justify it to someone with money is a huge failing. Like it can't, it's what we have, and great things come out of that, but it's such a huge limitation. So I think this would open up that opportunity in a big way to tell the stories that we want to tell, and say fuck off to whoever's gatekeeping the creative ability.
I think as long as you stay open to what is possible, I think you can achieve a lot. And I also think too that like, there's the internal creative process of that someone's wanting to make a film, but there's also like, what does the audience need?
Well, your whole idea and dream and thoughts about having animation studio place with a coffee bar inside, it blows my mind. It just seems so like freaking cool and interesting and weird. And I think you're going to have a hard time getting people seats to sit in. I think a lot of people are going to want to hang out because of, what you guys are creating on the coffee bar, the cafe side, but also in the animation side. I've never spent any time in an animation studio, but I can't wait to go to your guys' place. It fucking blows my mind, just the thought of it.